Hi. In this video, I'm recapping part 1 of season 2 of My Hero Academia. The links to other sagas are in the description. In episode 1 of season 2, All Might sent a letter to his former homeroom teacher, Gran Torino, to train Midoriya as he himself can't train him enough. UARI opened as it was closed temporarily because of the League of Villains attack. Azawa told the students about the UA Sports Festival. Pro heroes watch that festival too and make impressive students their sidekicks for forever or for some time. That event is a chance for the students to shine. Later, Uraraka revealed that she wants to become a hero for money as her family is broke. Then All Might met Midoriya and told him that he can now use his one for all powers for just 50 minutes and can stay in his muscle form for just 1.5 hours per day. Then All Might told Midoriya not to injure himself again while using his quirk and to come to the top at the sports festival. The next episode, the students trained for 2 weeks for the event and the event day finally came. Shoto picked a fight with Midoriya as he thinks that Midoriya is the strongest in their class. Now, classes A, B, C, D, and E, the support classes F, G, and H, and the business course classes I, J, and K, all came to the field. Midnight let Bakugo, the representative of all the classes, to speech about the event as he was at the top in the UA entrance exam. He told everyone that he'll be at the top of this event too. The first round was a 4 kilometers obstacle race outside the stadium where using quirks to do anything is allowed. All 11 classes have to participate in this race. The race started and Shoto froze the ground, which froze many students' feet. Some students managed to keep running. Suddenly, the robots from the entrance exam came to attack the students as obstacles. Shoto froze a 0-point robot and continued running without any problem. The next episode, the students started defeating the robots and continued running. Then they crossed the next stage, the fall, with their quirks and support ropes. Next and final was the minefield, where some weak yet strong minds were buried. It was revealed that Shoto is the son of the number 2 hero, Endeavor. Bakugo came near Shoto by using his explosion quirk to fly and started fighting him, saying that he picked a fight with the wrong person earlier. Midoriya put a lot of mines in one place and jumped on them with a strong part of the earlier robot that worked as a shield. He was able to fly because of the air pressure, took the lead and managed to land safely, but Bakugo and Shoto took the lead again. All 3 were going to the finish line and Midoriya was the one to reach there first. Later, 42 students passed. The next round was a cavalry battle. Students can form teams of 2 to 4 people of their choice. Each team will get its own specific points based on the winning positions of the students in the previous round. The points assigned go up by 5 starting from the bottom. 42nd place gets 5, 41st place gets 10, and so on, and the first place gets 10 million. Meaning that whoever gets those points will be sure to be at first position in that round. The next episode, the rules were explained. Time limit is 15 minutes, the team leader will wear the headband that shows the total points of their team, teams have to collect others' headbands to get their points, they must wear all the headbands on their heads and necks, and attacking other students with attacking intentions will disqualify you. Midoriya, Uraraka, Tokoyami, and a support class student, Hatsume, teamed up as Hatsume wants to show herself to as many people as she can to get popular enough to display her inventions. Other students made their own teams with their own strategies and minds. Pause the video to see all the teams. The round started. Midoriya's team focused on staying away from others because they already had a lot of points. Class B students were trying to come to the top and to surpass the Class A students. The next episode, the copy quirk user, Monoma, from Class B, took Bakugo's headband, but furious Bakugo grabbed all of his headbands and went into the second position. Then he went for Midoriya's team. Shoto took Midoriya's headband, leaving his team with 0 points. Midoriya used his quirk to get it back, so Shoto used his fire quirk this time. Midoriya managed to get a 70 points headband. Bakugo reached there too. Midoriya and Bakugo both aimed for Shoto, but time is now over. Midoriya's team was 4th, as Tokoyami managed to grab a 615 points headband in the final moments. Third team was of a Class B student, Shinso, second team was Team Bakugo, while first team was Team Shoto. The next episode, Shoto privately asked Midoriya if he's All Might's secret love child, as he felt that both of them have similar quirks. Then he told him that he hates his father, Endeavor, for many reasons, and as he has stayed as the number 2 hero for a very long time, he's going to surpass him and will become the number 1 hero by just using his ice quirk as his fire quirk came from Endeavor. All Might met Endeavor to talk to him about raising the next generation the way he raised Shoto, but Endeavor didn't talk to him as he's jealous of his progress and revealed that he created Shoto to surpass him. Shoto told Midoriya that Endeavor forcefully married his mother as she had the ice quirk. All that to give birth to a child with a strong quirk. Endeavor uses Shoto as a tool. Shoto revealed that his mother poured boiling water on his left side, as his left side represents Endeavor, and she hated him too. That's why Shoto has decided to win that event without using the fire quirk. Midoriya told Shoto that he won't stop aiming to become number 1 after hearing that, as he got his own reasons for that. Bakugo was shown overhearing them. Later, the final round, which had 16 students who'll fight each other in a one-on-one match, started. Ejiro and a Class B student, Niranjeki, gave up as they hadn't done much to reach the final and reached there just because of others' help. 2 Class B students, Tetsutetsu and Shiozaki, were selected in their place as they performed well in the previous round. The rules were to make your opponent unmovable, make them say I give up, or to force them to go outside the boundary. The next episode, the first match between Midoriya and Shinso started. Shinso can brainwash others if they reply to whatever he says, and that's what Midoriya did. Midoriya was hypnotized. Shinso told Midoriya to walk out of the boundary. Midoriya started doing that. His mind was conscious, but his body was just doing what Shinso was saying. Suddenly, Midoriya started seeing the previous one for all quirk users. He got his quirk in his fingers, and his body came back to its consciousness as Midoriya made his quirk explode in his fingers, and his body received a shock through it. Then Midoriya fought Shinso with bare hands and threw him out of the boundary. Midoriya won. Shinso remembered his past, that everyone was used to think that his quirk can be used for evil purposes, so that's what inspired him to be a hero. While leaving, he heard some pro heroes getting amazed by his quirk and were wishing that they had a quirk like that. Shinso got a bit better. Midoriya got his fingers fixed by a recovery girl and told All Might about the people he saw in his fight. He believes that those were the previous one for all quirk users, as one of them had eyes, similar to All Might's. All Might had also seen that when he recently got his quirk and don't know the exact reason for it. Endeavor told Shoto to use the quirk he received because of him and display an overwhelming victory, unlike the previous rounds, but Shoto refused. Now the second match between Shoto and the tape quirk user, Zero, started. Zero surprise attacked him, but Shoto surprised him with his attack. Shoto won after immobilizing Zero. The next episode, the third match between the Vine's quirk user, Ibara, and Denki, started. Ibara won after immobilizing Denki with her vines. The fourth match between Ida and the Zoom quirk user, Mei, started. Mei's focus was to introduce the devices she made to the support companies. After keep doing it for 10 minutes, she left the boundary, so Ida won. The fifth match between Aoyama and Mina started. Aoyama used his naval laser until he started getting stomachache. Mina defeated him with one punch. The sixth match between Tokoyami and Momo started. Tokoyami attacked Momo with his dark shadow until she accidentally reached out of the boundaries. Tokoyami won. The seventh match between Kirishima and the steel quirk user, Tetsutetsu started. They both had similar quirks, so both of them lost consciousness together. The match was a draw, so when they'll wake up, the winner will be chosen by arm wrestling match. The eighth match between Bakugo and Uraraka started. The next episode, Uraraka used her floating quirk on different rocks and floated them without letting Bakugo know. She then released her quirk to make them fall on Bakugo, but he pushed them back with a strong blast. Uraraka had used a lot of quirk, so she lost her consciousness. Bakugo won. Kirishima and Tetsutetsu arm wrestled and Kirishima won. After some break, the ninth match between Shoto and Midoriya started. Shigaraki was also watching, while his boss told him that they might become obstacles to him one day. The next episode, Midoriya used a one-for-all quirk to fight Shoto and injured all his fingers and left arm. Shoto had used his ice quirk a lot, so he was getting tired too. Then after some hand-to-hand combat, Shoto remembered his past when his mother was used to get bullied by Endeavor. She started hating him, and as Shoto's left side represented him, she started hating him a bit too. Then one day he overheard her saying this, so she accidentally threw the boiled water on the left side of his face. Endeavor sent her to hospital for that. Now, Midoriya was at some advantage against Shoto, but he told him to use his left side, his fire quirk, as that's part of his body. He creates fire by himself, and not because of Endeavor. Shoto realized that too, and used his fire quirk to fight Midoriya. Midoriya fought back by using the one-for-all quirk in his left leg. Both used their quirks at full powers, so the cement quirk user, Ken, made some walls between them to avoid deaths. An explosion occurred because of the combinations of their quirks and Midoriya lost because of falling outside the boundaries. Shoto won. The next episode, the 10th match between Ida and Ibara started. Ida used his fast speed to push Ibara out of the boundaries and won. The 11th match between Tokoyami and Mina started. Tokoyami fought Mina with his dark shadow until she stepped outside the boundaries. Recovery girl healed Midoriya enough to walk. He got scars on his right hand. The 12th match between Bakugo and Kirishima started. Kirishima can go hard, so Bakugo used a lot of his quirk to defeat him. He immobilized him and won. Now, they had the final four. The 13th match between Ida and Shoto started. Ida managed to kick Shoto and tried to throw him out of the boundaries, but Shoto froze his muffler to stop him and then froze his whole body. Shoto won by immobilizing him. The 14th match between Bakugo and Tokoyami started. Bakugo figured out that Dark Shadow's fighting skills depend on the surrounding lights, so he created a bright explosion and won when Tokoyami gave up. Ida came to know that his brother, a pro hero, Tensei, got badly injured while fighting a villain. Then the injured villain, the hero killer, Stain, was shown. Kurogiri overheard him saying that he'll make heroes realize how worthless they are, so he told him to have some conversation with his group as they share the same ideology. The next episode, the final match between Bakugo and Shoto started. Bakugo wanted Shoto to use his fire quirk on him, but he just used his ice quirk in the whole match. In the end, Shoto was about to use his fire quirk, while Bakugo was about to fight back with his explosion quirk. Suddenly Shoto stopped as he remembered Endeavor when he saw fire. Bakugo attacked Shoto, and Shoto fell out of the boundaries. Bakugo won that event, but he didn't accept a victory like that. At the prize distribution ceremony, first was Bakugo, second was Shoto, and third were Tokoyami and Ida, but Ida had already left earlier. All Might gave medals and tips to the top 3 winners. Ida reached the hospital and met injured Tensei. Shoto reached the hospital too and met his mother, Rei, whom he didn't met for years. The next episode, the classes resumed. Ida came back and said that there's nothing to worry about Tensei. Aizawa showed the offers pro heroes made for the students. Then he told them to decide a hero name. He himself was named by Present Mike as he's not interested in these stuff. Pro Hero Midnight came to help students to get a hero name. Everyone chose their hero names. Pause the video to see them. Now, they were given some hero job offers. They can accept them according to their choice and can work in it. Ida went to the city, where Stain mostly lives. All Might told Midoriya that his former homeroom teacher, Gran Torino, has offered him to become his sidekick. He knows about One for All too, has subscribed to my channel, and will help Midoriya in his training. In the final scene, Midoriya reached Gran Torino's house and met him there. Thanks for sticking till the end. If you like this video, then like, subscribe, and do all these stuff and check out my other videos too.